All right, today we're out here working on the trim. I'm going to try to answer some of the questions. I posted some content and people had a bunch of questions or a few questions about painting the drip metal and painting the fascia. One of the questions that was asked, what kind of roller am I using? I'm using to do the fascia and the drip metal. I'm using a Worcester roller. So this is a jumbo roller. I'm using a 4.5 inch roller by a 1/2 inch nap on it. So this is what the jumbo coater looks like, and it's working really well for doing the fascia and for doing the metal work on the fascia. Now some people were saying, I'm painting the metal work, the drip edge on this fascia, and it's just gonna peel within a year. So the metal work has already been painted. It's been painted once before, about 12 years ago. It's not peeling anywhere. It adhered to the metal and it's not having an issue. I'm painting it again because it's been painted before and I'm just going right over it with our paint. If I left the metal work on unpainted in just the fascia, you would have that dark metal going around the fascia, which would look a little bit odd. Now somebody said I'm getting paint all over the shingles and the roofing. I'm not getting paint on the shingles. I'm just getting it on the metalwork and I'm staying off the shingles themselves. We don't want to paint the shingles, but we do want to paint the metalwork because the metalwork is already painted. We're using another style roller right here. These are just throwaway rollers. I'm not going to be using this one right now, so I'm just going to put it in a brush baggie so it doesn't dry out. So if I want to use it later on today, I can use it later on today. At the end of the job, when we're all done with the white, we just pull it out and throw it away. We don't bother cleaning these rollers because they're so cheap. They're only they're less than $2 for the nap and roller itself, so it doesn't pay really to actually clean it, and then we don't have to worry about cleaning it on the customer's property or worry about cleaning it anywhere else. I'm just going to put this inside this brush baggie. We'll store this away in case I need it again later on today. So another question I want to answer, what brush am I using? So I'm using a Premier Riverdale, and a Premier Riverdale has Chinex filaments on it. The Chinex filaments, the paint does not stick to them very well once it's dried on there. It's a very hot day. Paint will dry on the filaments pretty fast, but at the end of the day, they clean up nice and easy. So it is a Chinex filament, which is DuPont filament brush, and by Premier Riverdale 3-inch angled sash brush. So I'm just working on painting this metal work right here. So I'm being really careful not to put too much pressure on my roller so I don't get it on the roofing. We're gonna put one coat on with the roller. On our second coat of the fascia is when we'll go back and cut it in with our brush. It's another handy little tip when I'm working, up on a ladder. I have a brush buddy on my brush, and that will just make it so I can carry my brush right on my bucket just like that. So I'm just going to tilt my roller away from my shingles a little bit when I'm rolling this metal work so I don't touch the shingles. You can see the metal work here is already painted, dark bronze. It's been brushed in the past by previous painters, previous paint job. It's in good condition, it's held up, it's lasted, no peeling, no issues. I'm gonna roll my first coat right over the metal. I'm gonna be very careful to stay off my shingles, keep my roller angled away from the shingles. Now I can get the first coat. Go back on our second coat. We'll cut that in. And the metal work will be painted to match the fascia. I got two examples. We painted the metalwork right here to match the fascia here. We didn't paint it to match right there. The look, this has a lot nicer look to it, a nice tall width to it. The tall width makes it look more expensive, makes it look a lot nicer. Here you don't get good crisp lines, and then it kind of doesn't match when it ties into the gutters. We want this thick look and feel to continue all the way across where the gutters were painted. Now getting to the metalwork itself, I've been painting this metalwork for 25 years. It's never peeled, never had an issue before. It's a powder coated metal. It's not a galvanized metal with an oil on it. And this metal right here has actually been painted previously 12 years ago. So this is a bronze metal that was painted bronze to match the fascia that existed before. And this metal all the way around the house, it was painted 12 years later. It's still in great condition, not peeling at all. And so we're just repainting right over the top of it. It was originally a powder coated white metal painted bronze with just typical house paint. We're always using a lifetime warranty coating that has no issue sticking to this metal. It never has peeled on me in 25 years. But once again, we're after this real nice, thick quality look. This right here doesn't have that same look, just has a cheap look to it, so we're going to paint the metal. Now it does take, just like the fascia, the metalwork takes 2 coats to cover it. I'm just brushing 1 coat on it. I typically would be just using my roller to get my first coat on it. I already did this fascia just to give an example of what it looks like to not paint the metalwork. So just using the back of my brush to cut in, just like that. Once again, it's gonna have light spots on it. We're gonna come back and put 1 more coat on it.
There's nobody like you. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. I say flawless, flawless. Don't you get it, girl? You're gorgeous. I can't see how. Sometimes you don't notice. You a bad thing, bad thing. And need how I'm made. I can't see how. Come on.